We go now to the mayor of Houston, Sylvester Turner, who joins us from the city's convention center. Good morning to you, Mayor. I want to know, what does Houston need right now? And what did you ask President Trump for when you met with him yesterday?
Well, two things in terms of immediate needs, housing assistance. We need rapid repair housing because many people have elected to stay in their homes. They're now dry, but they need to be repaired. In some cases, they may need to be rebuilt. And this is especially important for our seniors, low-income communities, but really people all over the city. So housing, rapid repair housing. And I asked him to expand the rapid repair housing program from 15,000 up to 35,000. The second thing, debris removal. Most of the city is now dry, and people are already putting out their heavy debris. Now, the city of Houston started on Thursday picking up this heavy debris, but we have to get it done like now. It can't be sitting around 30, 45, 2 months from now. And so advanced funding for debris removal, he understood it. It was a very productive meeting. But those are the two things that I'm highlighting up at the very front. Housing, recovery centers so that people can register, go through the FEMA process. And then the third thing, I don't want to leave this out. We have had first responders that have been out here assisting everybody else. But many of my first responders, over 300, have had serious flooding problems themselves. And so I asked for an expedited FEMA registration processing system specifically for first responders, and he really gave a thumbs up on that.
Sir, Houston is the center of the petrochemical industry in this country. You've got so much stagnant water there. What kind of contamination have you seen, and what kind of help is the EPA giving you right now?
Well, that's still being assessed. Most of those Superfund sites are immediately outside of the city of Houston. Certainly, we would hope that the EPA would be on the ground now to take a look at those Superfund sites to make sure that contamination is contained and limited. But I can't specifically speak to that. Many of those areas are outside of the city of Houston.
Can you say that Houston is safe now, or that the drinking water is safe given that potential contamination?
The drinking water was never a question. Our plants continue to function. So no one had to boil any water in the city of Houston. The water system is safe. The electric grid is pretty much sound. There are only about 12,000 people in the city of Houston without power. The airport system is up and running. The transit system is up and running. We've started picking up heavy debris. Let me be very clear. The city of Houston is open for business. Anyone who was planning on a conference or a convention or a sporting event or a concert coming to this city, you can still come. We want you to still come. We can do multiple things at the same time. Now, we're checking on our seniors, low-income communities, houses across the city of Houston to make sure that we are repairing those homes, but we can do that at the same time. There are only two areas that are underwater in the city of Houston. That's in the northeast, in Kingwood. That's getting better. And then in West Houston, those homes didn't flood because of the rainfall. They are flooding because of the release of water from the reservoir. And right now, we're only talking about 26 homes in West Houston. And what I've said to them, if you have water in your home, we're requiring you to evacuate. But if you don't have any water in your home, you are fine. So I want to be very clear. Yes, it was a very serious storm, historic, unprecedented. But the city of Houston is open for business. And so if you have a conference, a convention, a concert, any of those things that you were planning to come to this city, we are still ready to welcome you. On Tuesday, we are getting back on our feet. And I'm expecting employers to open, employees to go to work, and all city employees, you are due back at work on Tuesday.
An important message, given that Houston is America's 5th largest economy. I know you want to drive that home, but can you give me a sense? Yesterday, you were trying to send that message clearly with this baseball game you had in your city. You threw out the first opening pitch. What did that feel like? I mean, does it feel like recovery is where you are now?
Look, it felt good. People were cheering. There were smiles. And by the way, I want to appreciate the New York Mets because they came down and they were at one of the first responder sites at the police officers serving them lunch. I appreciate the Houston Mets. Houston Astros won both of those games. Let me just say that. We won both. And so people are feeling good. Even at this shelter where we are right now, at its peak, there were 10,000 people in this shelter. The number is down to significantly less than 2,000 in just a matter of five days. So there's the city of Houston, just like the surrounding region, was seriously hurt. And it's going to be a very expensive proposition. And we're going to take it day by day, week by week.
Yeah.
But at the same time, this is a can-do city. This is a can-do city. We're not going to, engage in a pity party. We're going to take care of each other. Neighbors are taking care of each other. Good Samaritans. Businesses are responding. Community, neighborhood people are responding. But we are getting back on our feet, and we are open for business. And we do want people to continue to come to the city. The port, let me just say, the Port of Houston. The Port of Houston is now open.
Mayor, so many Americans thinking of your city this weekend. I want to thank you for joining us today. And we'll be back in 1 minute.
Continue to pray for us.
We will.
Thank you.
The head of FEMA, Brock Long, will join us.